Hello, you beautiful individual. My name is BC Babbles, and welcome back to the channel. It is the third video of 2021, and today we are jumping into a more detailed breakdown of one of my plans for the YouTube channel and for potentially the podcast for 2021. Before we do that, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell, that way you are always notified about the latest content and you never miss a video. If you want to connect outside of YouTube, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and most actively on TikTok. BC Babbles are the handles for every one of those platforms. And you can also find me, find out more about who I am and what I'm trying to do on my website, casualbabble.com. Learn about me, learn about the podcast, and what my ambitions are for the future. And check out my blogs. Also fun there. So if you are watching since day one this year, if you watched my BC Babbles and Casual Babble update, which posted last week, then you will remember that I mentioned that I wanted to put together, or that I was considering putting together a discussion panel. And I wanted to find a group of people who'd be down for meeting up like maybe once a week or so, probably more, to be honest, and to critically discuss the latest and most talked about TV shows, whether or not it's on Sling TV or it's Netflix or Hulu, whatever, to talk about the latest and most trendy TV shows, and not just talk about what happened like as a review of the episode, but break down the different turning points, whether or not the character arcs saw any changes, or does the story make sense? Are we seeing things that work for the overall purpose of the show? If it's based off of an original novel series, how different is it from the series, and do those changes make sense, or were they necessary? So really critically break down what each show is about and what's going on for each show. If you are following me on TikTok, again, well, currently, and you know what? I'm going to see if I can change my handle right now, because a month ago, changed it to a different handle, because I'm currently working as a concierge in Uptown, and I changed my handle to, I tried to make it the Shady Concierge, but I unfortunately misspelled concierge before saving it. And so it's currently the Shady Sincierge, which is stupid. So let's see if I can change it back. I think I'm able to change it back now. Can it be all caps? Can it be caps? Yes. Yes. Can I save it? Yes. Okay, so now it is back to being BC Babbles. Check me out on TikTok for, again, my latest updates, or at least to see what I'm most active in doing on social media. So what am I looking for in a person? So really anyone who, first off, has a good discussionary ability, like the ability to converse thoughtfully and to have a meaningful discourse regarding a topic. Primary, very important. Someone who is looking to be involved, who isn't afraid of, one, being heard, but two, being seen. Because as I mentioned in my update for the year, I'm going back to all video, not just for my YouTube specific videos, but also for the podcast. So they have to be comfortable with the mic and comfortable with the camera. And I'm going to be investing into more cameras soon, because the SJ cam that I got, while it was brand new, it just doesn't have the best lighting. It doesn't really it did not get the context clues about how much light to give Miss Jasmine Rihanna when she was on the last Casual Babble episode. So, gonna get some more cameras. Anyway, so comfortable being seen and heard, very, very important, obviously, otherwise why you're here, right? So also, someone who is okay with a commute to the Queen City of Charlotte. So I myself don't live in Charlotte. I live in Mooresville, which is north of Charlotte in the Lake Norman area, and I commute to Charlotte for work. So I'm like 5 minutes away from the studios here whenever I'm at work. So I typically just go from work to here, unless I have a day off like today, and I make plans to come down anyway. But wherever you are, ideally these are people who can be here physically, because I do want to be able to like jump back and forth with cameras and like see who's talking at what time, and to make sure everyone has a moment, their moments throughout a video, an episode, so that it feels like they're really all included. I've considered trying to set up good Zoom interviews. I've not tried that before. I'm not too versed with it. To me, Zoom, though I see a lot of people on YouTube use whatever platform to make it look really crisp and clear, Zoom to me is always a little scratchy, so I'm not sure if I'll do that too much. But ideally, whoever is considered for the board of discussion panelists will be able to drive here. So if you're as west as Gastonia, if you're as north as Statesville, or as south as, like, I don't really know a lot of South Carolina, but like Fort Mill and more south than that, but you don't mind making like maybe 2 or 3 commutes to Charlotte a week, because I'm sure it'll be more than one week in which we need to discuss the latest episodes or the latest releases of a TV show. So got to be down for that. So if the Charlotte markets serve your city, so if you hear Charlotte radio or see Charlotte newscasts where you live, geographically, you're in an ideal spot for me. And side note, so I'm not going to limit the panel to just 3 people. I can only fit 3 additional people in the studio with me, especially with the studios that I record at being very strict on COVID policies, so we got to be very careful with that. But I mean, I'll happily have like 10 people on a roster and just rotate them out, and maybe they'll be down for commuting depending on whatever show I'm looking to discuss. So I'm probably going to make some kind of group either on a social platform, or maybe I'll make some kind of login on my website, casualbabble.com. And if you become a member of the panel, then I'll post somewhere where you can always see what the next show discussion is going to be. So you can let me know beforehand whether or not you're down to commute, and if not, then I know who else to go to make sure that typically we've got like a full panel. And I'm going to have to probably run this by Huga, which is the studio that I can record at, just to make sure I can, because I don't want to bring everyone here and then someone working here walk by and be like, oh, no, you can't do that. And then have the first episode be ruined. So, ideally, it's going to be a good roster of people. Probably not too many, of course, because I would want to make sure that anyone on the roster has plenty of opportunity to be invited to the Charlotte studios to record with me. And I wouldn't want anyone to feel like they hardly get any time at all, especially if radio or podcasting is something they would like to do professionally, like myself, and they want to kind of utilize this as an opportunity to be on a good discussion-based platform. Then, I would want to make sure that they feel like they're getting what they need out of it. And yeah, so that's really important. Keep that in mind. Just because I have like 4 people, if I already have like 4 people, you're not disqualified. Keep sending in your stuff. Now you're probably asking yourself, BC Babbles, how do I go about putting my name in the pot for this discussion panel? Very simple. All you got to do is go to my website, casualbabble.com, go to the contact page and fill out a contact form. Make sure the subject line says discussion panel candidate, and then tell me a bit about yourself, of course, in the body of the contact form. Now, additionally, if you already have writing, blogging, vlogging, radio, or podcasting experience, that's a huge plus. That tells me that either one, you're good at discussing stuff, you're good at putting your thoughts out there and organizing them in a way that makes sense for other people. And 2, you're comfortable, again, in front of a microphone and in front of a camera, both of which are going to be very, very important. Now, just in case anyone is wondering, this is purely a voluntary position. This is purely a voluntary, like joining a club. Like, you don't have to pay dues. I'm not going to request anyone to pay dues, but I'm also not going to pay nobody. So this is a purely volunteer. I want to have some fun and have some podcasting experience opportunity. So don't be like sending me a really good contact form and me okaying you for the panel, and then you come in for the first episode, and then afterwards you meet up with me and be like, hey, so we're like, how much am I being paid? How much was tonight? Because I'm going to say nothing. And if you're really concerned about that, I'm going to continue by saying you're off the panel, because I'm not doing that. So no paying. I'm not paying nobody. Nobody's got to pay me. So again, this is purely if you're in the area and you are of your own accord okay with the travel and you just want the experience. This is for you. Especially important also if you are say, coming out of college and you happen to be a broadcast major coming out of college and you're in the Charlotte area and you'd like to, maybe you don't get a radio job right out of college or like an on-air job out of college, and you're looking for that kind of expression, that kind of on-microphone expression that you get from being an on-air talent, and maybe this will be a good opportunity for you. You know, I'm going to post this at least to my Alumni Network video or channel for anyone who is who is coming out of like App State or any of the local colleges who lives in the area, who is a broadcast or communications radio major, and they want to make sure they're getting that kind of expression out there. Now, what kind of shows are we going to discuss? Obviously, shows that are trending, shows that are being talked about by pretty much everybody else. So what does that mean? So if you look at IMDb right now, and you look at the TV meter in their chart section, the top 5 shows right now being discussed are WandaVision, for obvious reasons. Bridgerton, I don't know anyone who's not talking about Bridgerton. Cobra Kai, Lupin, and Vikings. So obviously, video shows of that nature will be down for discussion. Now, for me, what I'm hoping for is that whenever we put this together, it'll also broaden my watching tendencies because, for one, I've never watched Vikings. It's always looked really, really good, but it's always been one of those things where like I've got so many other shows to keep up with that I just don't have the time, and I don't know if I can make the time because, again, Vikings has been going on for 7 years, it looks like, and that's a lot to catch up on. So, yeah, but I can do it. I can do it for sure. So, yeah, I mean, shows like that, and personally, out of all those, I watched Bridgerton. I'm going to rewatch it here very soon because I need to kind of regather the details. Watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision yesterday. I think they're both great. I love the show so far. Mandalorian, yes, and A Discovery of Witches. I just watched the first 2 episodes of that second season yesterday. So shows like that and more will be definitely fair game for the discussion panel for this channel. So if you watch anything like that, if you watch any of the shows listed on the imdb.com/chart/TV meter/ any of those shows that are still going on, then, and you live in the area and you're down for the commute and you're down for the experience, this could be the opportunity for you. Now, if you have any additional questions regarding the discussion panel, I'm pretty sure I've gone through everything that I'm making sure is of top priority. But if you have any other questions, please comment on the video below or send a contact form into Casual Babble and label it however you want and ask me whatever questions you want about what I'm looking for. If you're concerned about whether or not you would make the cut or whatever, just let me know. Reach out to me, let me know, and I'll definitely be able to work with pretty much anybody. But again, I'm going to look for having a roster of more than 4 people because I'm sure there are plenty of people out there, but also not too many people because I want to make sure those who are chosen for the roster feel as though they're getting plenty out of the experience. So I don't want to overload or underload anybody involved with the panel. So again, check me out, casualbabble.com. Fill out a contact form if you're interested in becoming part of the panel. Comment down below any questions or concerns or any ideas you'd like me to consider additionally for the YouTube channel or for the podcast. Let me know. I'm open to suggestions all the time. Again, I'm not doing too many reactions right now, though I did get a request for a reaction a few weeks back, so I might consider doing reactions to like smaller creators who are looking to get their stuff noticed. I can be down for that. But as far as like major level, like stuff coming out of like Warner Brothers or like Disney, probably not so much because again, discussing Alex Hefner and what he told us about his Disturbed reaction. He made $20 off of 1 million views. So that's not really what I'm looking for. So more original content will be for this channel. Connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. BC Babbles are the handles for all of those platforms. And you can also find me, of course, here, BC Babbles channel. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you.